What if I told you the only addiction you have is avoidance? Not substances, not food, not even the people you think you can't live without. It's a silent, insidious addiction. The addiction to playing small, the addiction to staying in your comfort zone, in your safety bubble, the addiction to avoiding the very thing that would elevate you. That's the real enemy, and it's been running your life without you even realizing it. You're not addicted to failure. You're addicted to avoiding the path that leads to success. Every time you stay in that job you hate because you're too scared to start something new, you're feeding the addiction. Every time you stop yourself from asking for that promotion, that opportunity, or that relationship because you're afraid of rejection, you're feeding the addiction. Every time you let doubt control your decisions, you're feeding the addiction. And it's been running you. You've been avoiding the big decisions, the courageous steps, the ones that would change everything. And with each moment you choose avoidance, you solidify the pattern in your subconscious. It becomes easier and easier to stay in the same place. It becomes a part of your identity. But this cycle stops now, because today you are being called out of your avoidance and into your power. And here's the hard truth. You cannot grow while avoiding. Growth demands courage. It demands that you step into the unknown, that you leap before you see the safety net. It demands that you face the fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty. The key to unlocking the next level of your life is simple. You must stop avoiding. But it's not enough to just know this. You need to change the way you see yourself. You see, you've been identifying as someone who avoids. That's been your label, your story. I'm the one who plays it safe. I'm the one who hesitates. I'm the one who is afraid. That's been your identity. But I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. That's not who you really are. Who you are is someone who faces fear. Who you are is someone who takes action. Who you are is someone who shows up even when it feels uncomfortable. Who you are is someone who gets up every time you fall down and keeps moving forward, no matter what. It's time to shift the narrative. You've spent your life hiding from the very thing that holds your transformation. You've run from the uncomfortable, the uncertain. But the truth is, the discomfort is your doorway. The things you've been avoiding are the very things that will set you free. You've been running from the wrong thing. The truth is that fear, that resistance, that feeling of discomfort isn't there to punish you. It's there to elevate you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the way you look at fear, at avoidance, at discomfort. Instead of seeing them as walls, we're going to start seeing them as signposts, signs that you're on the right path. Every time you feel that fear rise up, instead of retreating, you're going to take a step forward. Every time you feel the resistance to taking action, you're going to push through it. You're going to become the kind of person who sprints towards your fears instead of running from them. Let's be real. You know what avoidance feels like. You've been stuck in that cycle for too long. But today I'm inviting you to step out of it. Today I'm asking you to declare to yourself, I'm done avoiding. I'm done hiding. I'm ready to step into my destiny. Because here's what you need to understand. This is the reset. This moment is where everything changes. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more ready, but now, right here, right now. You can choose to leave the old version of you behind, the version that was too scared to go after what you really want, the version that was addicted to the comfort of avoidance. That version of you doesn't exist anymore. I'm asking you to release the past. I'm asking you to stop seeing yourself as someone who avoids, and instead, I'm inviting you to see yourself as someone who takes bold action, someone who doesn't hesitate, someone who moves in spite of the fear. And here's why this is so important. Who you are becoming depends on the actions you take today, not tomorrow, not next year, not after you have more confidence. Now, you don't need more time to figure it out. You don't need more proof. You don't need to wait until it feels comfortable. You just need to take that first step, and then the second, and then the third. And when you do, you'll realize that the world shifts with every single step you take towards your destiny. The fear will lose its power. The avoidance will lose its grip, because when you commit to growth, when you commit to facing your fears, when you commit to living at your full potential, you become unstoppable. This isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. This is about choosing to act now, even when it's messy, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it feels like you're not ready, because you are ready. You've been ready all along. It's time to stop avoiding and start becoming. So here's what I need you to do. Decide now. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I am done avoiding. I am done playing small. I am ready to step into the full power of who I am meant to be. And once you've said it, feel it. Let it sink into every cell of your body. Because this moment, this shift, this choice, is the foundation of your transformation. This is the reset. The time for playing small is over. Step into your power and let the world watch you rise. You've taken the first step. You've realized that the only addiction you have is avoidance, and you've made the choice to stop feeding it. But there's one more thing we need to address. What you believe about yourself is everything. Your beliefs shape your actions. They shape your identity. And right now, most of your beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of are hidden deep in your subconscious. They're running the show without you even knowing it. But here's the catch. Your subconscious doesn't care what's true. It listens to what's repeated. Think about that for a moment. The stories you've been telling yourself, the ones that limit you, that tell you you're not good enough, that tell you you're not ready, those stories were created by repetition. They were built over time, through the words you've spoken to yourself, through the actions you've taken or avoided taking, and through the experiences you've allowed to define you. Now here's the good news. You can rewrite those stories. You can reprogram your subconscious mind, but it's going to take more than just wishing for change. It's going to take deliberate, consistent action. Let's start by understanding the power of autosuggestion. It's a tool that can rewire your mind at its deepest levels. It's the act of speaking words of truth over your life, over your identity, until your subconscious has no choice but to accept them. Think about some of the world's most successful figures. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Charles Schwab. They didn't achieve greatness by accident. They achieved it because they were relentless in their belief, and they used autosuggestion to reinforce that belief. Ford didn't just hope to build a car that would change the world. He spoke it into existence. He constantly told himself that he would build an affordable car for the masses, even when others said it was impossible. Edison didn't just wish for a light bulb to work. He repeated to himself that he would find the solution, no matter how many failures it took, and he did, because he believed it was already done, and his actions followed his belief. Schwab, who rose from nothing to become one of the richest men in the world, didn't just wait for success to come. He believed he was destined for it, and he conditioned his mind to see success before anyone else did. What these men understood is that your subconscious doesn't care about your circumstances. It doesn't care about what you lack, what you think is impossible, or how far you think you are from your goals. Your subconscious cares about one thing: what you tell it. So here's your next challenge. You need to start telling yourself a new story. If you want to rewire your belief system, it starts with changing the language you use about yourself. Right now, you might say, I'm not ready, I don't have what it takes, or I'm not good enough. But you know what? Those words are nothing but self-imposed chains. You're holding yourself back with the very language you speak. Instead, start telling yourself the truth. I am capable. I am worthy of success. I am ready for this. And don't just say them once, say them every day. Repetition is the language of the subconscious. What you speak every day becomes what you believe. It's not about just hoping things will change. It's about commanding change from your inner world. Remember, your mind will listen to what's repeated. Let's take it a step further. You're not just changing your thoughts. You're changing your identity. You're stepping into the version of yourself who already believes in your potential, who already knows that success is inevitable. This isn't about trying to become someone you're not. It's about revealing the version of you that's already inside, waiting to be unleashed. Now, I know what you're thinking. I can't just tell myself something and expect it to be true. You're right, but here's the truth. You will never act in a way that contradicts your beliefs. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll always find a way to sabotage your own success. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll keep settling for less than you deserve. But when you believe you are powerful, capable, and worthy, your actions will align with that belief. That's how transformation happens. This isn't just positive thinking. This is subconscious engineering. To make this work, you need to repeat, act, and reinforce your new identity. Let me say that again. Repeat, act, and reinforce. You can't just sit around repeating affirmations all day and expect your life to change. You have to pair your beliefs with actions that reflect those beliefs. Here's the powerful part. As you start acting from your new identity, taking bold steps, making decisions without hesitation, and showing up as your most powerful self, you will notice something incredible. Your subconscious will match your actions. It will rewire itself to reflect the person you're becoming. You are creating your future, not waiting for it. And as your subconscious mind rewires itself, you'll find that what once felt impossible now feels inevitable. The fears that once held you back will no longer have a grip on you. You'll start to recognize the power in your own mind, and more importantly, you'll see it reflected in your reality. You've already made the decision to stop avoiding. Now it's time to reinforce your belief that you're capable of everything you've ever dreamed of. Every day, speak your new identity aloud. Say it like you mean it. Say it with confidence. I am capable. I am worthy. I am unstoppable. And with each repetition, your subconscious will accept it as truth. This is the moment where you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for the world to validate you. You declare who you are, and you live that truth every day. Your new identity is waiting for you to step into it. You've taken the first 2 steps. You've recognized the addiction of avoidance, and you've started reprogramming your subconscious to align with your true potential. But here's the hardest part of the journey. You need to burn the bridge. That's right, burn the bridge. Because here's the thing, you cannot serve 2 identities. One must die. You can't keep 1 foot in your past identity and 1 foot in your future self. It doesn't work that way. If you want to step into the version of you who is powerful, unstoppable, and limitless, you need to commit fully. Commitment means there's no turning back. It means you stop entertaining the old version of yourself that's been holding you back. You stop giving space to the doubt, the fear, and the self-sabotage. You make the decision to leave that old life behind and never look back, to align with. Let me give you a powerful example from history. In 1519, the famous explorer Hernán Cortés landed on the shores of Mexico with a group of soldiers. They were there to conquer the Aztec Empire. Upon arrival, Cortés made a decision that would change the course of history. He ordered his men to burn the ships they had arrived on. Think about it. These men were miles from home, surrounded by an unknown land, with no way to return to the safety of their old lives. Cortés had eliminated any possibility of retreat. He forced them to move forward. He forced them to win. There was no fallback, no plan B. They either succeeded or they perished. This is the kind of commitment you need in your own life. You need to burn the bridge to your past, the bridge that leads back to your old identity of fear, hesitation, and avoidance. Here's the hard truth. If you still have an escape route, you will always consider retreating when things get tough. If you still entertain the idea that you can go back to the safety of your comfort zone, you will never fully step into the greatness you're capable of. Burn the bridge. You don't need a fallback option. You need to trust that there's no other choice but to move forward. Take a moment to think about the areas in your life where you're still holding on to a just-in-case plan. Maybe it's a dead-end job you're holding on to while you build your dream. Maybe it's a relationship that doesn't serve your growth. Maybe it's that inner voice telling you to stay small, stay comfortable, and keep playing it safe. Burn those bridges. I know it feels scary. I know it feels like there's too much at risk. But let me tell you something. The greatest risk is in playing it safe. The greatest risk is staying stuck in the same patterns, the same life, the same story. You can't move forward until you make the commitment to leave the past behind. That means making the decision once and for all that you're done being the person who hesitates, who doubts, who avoids. Here's a phrase I want you to remember. I've already decided. Say it out loud. I've already decided. This is the key to breaking free from indecision. This is how you eliminate the internal tug of war that happens when you're torn between your old self and your new self. When you decide, you decide. There's no second guessing. There's no going back. You've made the commitment. and you're moving forward. Look at the world's most successful people. They didn't hesitate. They didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They made the decision to commit to their vision and never look back. Henry Ford didn't wait for the perfect moment to start building the Model T. He didn't sit around wondering if people would like it. He made the decision, and he moved forward. He didn't ask for permission. He didn't look for validation. He just decided, and he succeeded. Thomas Edison didn't wait for the perfect moment to invent the light bulb. He didn't stop when he faced 1,000 failures. He made the decision to invent it, and he moved forward, step by step, failure after failure, knowing that the outcome was inevitable, and he succeeded. Now it's your turn. You've already seen the power of belief rewiring. You've already started to reprogram your mind. But now, it's time to step into the world with the same level of commitment. This isn't about trying. This isn't about hoping. This is about deciding. Make the decision to burn the bridge between your old life and your new one. Make the decision to never look back. Commit fully to the version of you who is unstoppable, who is unshakable, and who is destined for greatness. And when you say, "I've already decided," don't hesitate. Act as if there's no other option. Step into the future you've already chosen. Let this be the turning point. Let this be the moment you decide once and for all that you're done with uncertainty, doubt, and second guessing. You've already decided. The time for hesitation is over. The time for commitment is now. And when you make that decision, the world will shift in your favor. Opportunities will start to appear. Your energy will change. You'll attract the people and the resources you need because you've made the decision that success is your only option. Now, let's make it real. Burn the bridge, commit to the new you, and watch as everything in your life begins to fall into place. You've burned the bridge. You've made the decision to fully commit to your new identity, but there's one more crucial element that will determine your success: your environment. You see, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You rise to the level of your environment. If you want to become the best version of yourself, if you want to live a life of abundance, purpose, and impact, you must align yourself with people who reflect that same energy, and that's where the concept of the mastermind circle comes in. This idea isn't new. In fact, it was Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest minds in personal development, who introduced the power of the mastermind. Hill described the mastermind as the coming together of two or more minds to work in harmony for a common goal. It's about combining strength, knowledge, and wisdom in a way that elevates everyone involved. Now, I'm not talking about just any group of people. I'm talking about aligning yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better than you were yesterday. Let me be clear. You become like the minds you align with. If you spend your time with people who are complacent, who aren't striving for more, who are content to play small, guess what? You'll start to reflect that energy. You'll begin to see your own growth stall. You'll start to settle for less because the people around you are doing the same. But if you align yourself with people who are committed to growth, who are constantly seeking new challenges, who are unapologetically ambitious and driven, then guess what? You'll rise to meet that energy. You don't need to be around people who are just like you. You need to be around people who push you. People who are willing to have uncomfortable conversations, challenge your beliefs, and force you to level up. The power of proximity is real. When you spend time with powerful minds, you begin to adopt their mindset, their habits, their perspective. You start to see the world through their lens, and suddenly the barriers you thought were in place begin to crumble. But this doesn't just happen by chance. You need to create this environment for yourself. You need to be intentional about the people you allow into your life. Look around you right now. Who are you spending your time with? Are they elevating you? Are they encouraging you to step into your greatness? Or are they keeping you comfortable, keeping you in the same place, and supporting your old identity? It's time to clean house. You need to eliminate weak energy from your environment. You need to stop allowing people to drain your energy, your focus, and your ambition. I do not allow weak energy in my atmosphere. That's a declaration you need to make every single day. Because the moment you allow negativity, doubt, or complacency into your circle, you begin to invite those energies into your own life. You must protect your environment. You must surround yourself with high-level thinkers, people who are operating at a level you aspire to reach. This is how you grow. This is how you expand. But here's the truth. The right people will challenge you. They won't just agree with you all the time. They won't tell you what you want to hear. They'll push you to be better. They'll hold you accountable to your highest potential. That's the power of the mastermind. It's not just about being surrounded by people who are on the same path. It's about being surrounded by people who will help you raise your standards. The greatest transformations in history didn't happen in isolation. They happened through collaboration, through a coming together of great minds who fed off each other's energy and pushed each other to the next level. You need this. Look at the lives of the world's most successful people. They didn't build their empires alone. They had a circle of like-minded individuals who supported them, challenged them, and kept them focused. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak. Henry Ford had his team of engineers. Oprah had a network of influential mentors and friends who helped her get to where she is. This is how you go from being just another person with dreams to someone who actually achieves them. But it's not just about the people around you. It's also about your physical environment, the space you work in, the way you structure your days, and the energy that fills your surroundings. Your environment will either support your success or undermine it. If you're in a cluttered, disorganized space, it's hard to focus on your highest priorities. If you're surrounded by distractions, negativity, or chaos, it's difficult to stay clear-headed and productive. You need to create an environment that reflects your vision for the future. You need to design your space in a way that inspires you to take action. Start by cleaning up your physical space. Clear out the clutter. Organize your workspace, and eliminate anything that doesn't align with your highest goals. Create a space that makes you feel empowered, that sparks creativity, and that reminds you of the person you are becoming. The energy of your environment will either propel you forward or hold you back. So start by making intentional decisions about who and what you allow in your life. If there are people, places, or things that are draining your energy, it's time to let them go. Replace them with people and influences that elevate you, that challenge you to be the best version of yourself. You are the sum of the people you spend the most time with and the environment you choose to surround yourself with. So choose wisely. Build your mastermind circle. Align yourself with powerful, growth-oriented people. Clean up your physical space. And watch how your energy shifts. Watch how your world changes as you begin to surround yourself with the people and environments that fuel your success. Because when you align with power, you become powerful. You've committed to the path. You've aligned your mind, your environment, and your actions with your highest goals. But there's one more principle that will accelerate your transformation: the law of over-delivery. This law states that in order to reach the next level, you must consistently give more than what's expected of you. It's about going beyond what others think is possible, pushing past the minimum, and offering something exceptional every single time. But here's the catch. This isn't about working harder. It's not about doing more just for the sake of doing more. This is about giving from the overflow of who you are, from the excellence that is inherent in your identity. Because here's the truth. You are not what you do. You are who you are. When you adopt the identity of someone who exceeds expectations, when you become the person who always delivers more value than is asked, your results will reflect that shift. The law of over-delivery works because it's grounded in your identity. Think about Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men in history. Carnegie didn't just build a steel empire. He became a master at the art of giving value. He understood that in order to win in life, you have to give more than what people expect. He made sure his businesses were built on service and giving more than others were willing to give. His commitment to over-delivering didn't just build his fortune, it built his legacy. Or look at Charles Schwab, another titan of industry. Schwab's secret wasn't in simply managing his company, it was in his relentless drive to deliver more value. He didn't just focus on results. He focused on doing whatever it took to over-deliver on the promises he made. And that kind of energy attracts massive success. This is the law that you need to adopt, the law of over-delivery. But the secret isn't just in the actions you take, it's about who you are becoming in the process. Ask yourself this: who are you being when no one is watching? What standard do you hold for yourself when there is no one else around to applaud or judge your work? To truly embrace this principle, you need to cultivate the identity of someone who always gives more than expected. When you show up as a giver, when you show up with a heart to serve, to add value, to exceed every expectation, the results will follow. You need to detach from the outcome. When you give because it's who you are, not because of what you expect to get in return. The moment you give from a place of expectation, the law of over-delivery loses its power. It's not about doing things for recognition or rewards. It's about the satisfaction that comes from knowing you've delivered more than what was asked of you. You've raised the bar for yourself. Think about Henry Ford again. When he started the Ford Motor Company, his goal wasn't just to create cars. It was to revolutionize the way people lived, to make cars accessible to everyone. He over-delivered on his promises by making the Model T affordable and reliable, two qualities no one thought were possible at that price point. He didn't just deliver cars, he delivered an entire new way of life. The law of over-delivery isn't just about making customers or clients happy. It's about exceeding your own standards. It's about being the person who always goes the extra mile. It's about adopting an identity that is unshakable in excellence. But here's where it gets even more powerful. The more you embody the identity of a giver, the more your life will expand. The universe doesn't reward mediocrity. It rewards excellence. It rewards generosity. When you give more than what's expected, you start to see opportunities come from places you never imagined. You'll begin to attract the right people, the right situations, and the right circumstances. It's like a law of nature. The more you give, the more you will receive, but not always in the way you expect. It could come in the form of new connections, new opportunities, or a deeper sense of fulfillment. When you give from the overflow, you are aligned with the universal law of abundance. Now let's make this real for you. Every day, remind yourself, I exceed expectations because it's who I am. This is the key to breaking through to the next level. This is the key to stepping into a life of radical transformation. It's not just about your goals or your actions. It's about your identity. When you become the person who always exceeds expectations, you will no longer be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You will no longer question whether you're capable. You will no longer wonder if you're worthy of success. You will know deep down that you are the embodiment of excellence. And when you consistently show up at that level, your results will speak for themselves. The people around you will notice. Your business will grow. Your relationships will thrive. Your confidence will skyrocket. And most importantly, you will become the person you've always dreamed of being. Over-deliver every single time. This is the law of over-delivery, and it's the key to building an identity that can't be ignored. So here's the challenge. Start today. Start showing up as someone who exceeds every expectation. When you live from this place, you don't need to chase success. Success will find you. You've come a long way. You've committed. You've aligned with powerful minds. You've stepped into the identity of over-delivery, and now we're going to lock it in for good. This is the final phase of your transformation. This is where it all comes together, where you lock your new identity so deeply into your being that it becomes unstoppable. Repetition is the language of the subconscious. What you've been repeating to yourself throughout this journey is now your new truth. You've replaced the old limiting belief with the empowering beliefs that align with your highest self. But none of this matters if you don't make it a ritual. The most successful people in the world didn't just think their way to success. They acted their way to success. They made their success inevitable through ritual repetition. Every single day they took action toward their vision, reinforcing their identity with every decision they made. Think about someone like Muhammad Ali. He didn't just think he was the greatest, he repeated it every day. He said it so often he became it. He didn't just tell himself he could be a champion. He acted like one every single day. He trained like no one else. He carried himself like a champion. He walked, talked, and moved like he was already the best, even when no one else believed it. This is the key. You must act like it's already done. You must carry yourself with the confidence and conviction of someone who knows they've already achieved their goal. And the way you do this is through ritual repetition. Repetition doesn't just rewire your brain, it hardwires your identity, it locks in the new version of you until it becomes automatic. This is how identity is built, through consistent daily actions that reflect who you are becoming. Here's the truth. Your actions follow your beliefs, and if you've been repeating your new beliefs, your new identity, then your actions will begin to align with that identity. You will start to move differently. You will start to speak with more confidence. You will make decisions faster. You will take bigger risks because you believe you are worthy of those outcomes. But it doesn't stop there. Faith is the next crucial piece. Faith is the bridge between where you are now and where you're going. It's the fuel that powers your actions when things get tough, when the path seems unclear, or when the results don't show up as quickly as you hoped. Faith is knowing, deep in your soul, that the transformation is already complete. You are no longer the person who hesitates. You are no longer the person who doubts. You are no longer the person who plays small. You are the person who already has everything you need to succeed. You simply need to act on it. This is where your rituals come in. Your rituals are how you anchor your faith. Every day, you affirm your new identity. You repeat the powerful beliefs you've been ingraining. You take action based on the faith that it's already done. This is why rituals matter. They keep you grounded in your new identity. They ensure that your belief system is reinforced every single day, no matter the circumstances. Here's how to do it. Affirmations. Start your day with powerful affirmations. Speak them aloud with conviction. Say things like, I am unstoppable. I exceed all expectations because that is who I am. I am the embodiment of excellence, and success is my only option. Say these with emotion. Say them like you mean it, and say them like you already are who you want to become. Visualizations. See yourself living your dream life. Imagine it as if it's already happening. Feel the emotions of having already achieved everything you desire. Act like it's done, and visualize every detail of your success. The clearer the vision, the stronger the faith. Daily action. Take one bold action toward your goals every single day, no matter how small. Every step you take solidifies your transformation, whether it's making a new connection, writing a page of your book, or launching that new project. Take action every day. Gratitude rituals. End your day by expressing gratitude for everything you've already achieved, even the small wins. Gratitude reinforces faith because it makes you aware of how much you already have. The more you express gratitude, the more the universe will deliver. But here's the most important part. Walk like it's already yours. When you act with the confidence that what you desire is already done, the universe begins to line up to make it a reality. You are the answer. You don't need to explain it to anyone. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're stepping into your greatness. Just walk like it's already done. When you move with this level of certainty, you magnetize opportunities. You magnetize the people who will help you. You magnetize the resources you need. Everything will align with your new identity. Now say this out loud and let it sink in. I act like it's done. I walk like it's already mine. This is your final lock-in. You are sealing your new identity, and from this moment forward, you will never be the same. You've reprogrammed your mind. You've committed to your path. You've taken the steps necessary to transform your life. And now the world will wonder what changed. But you don't owe them an answer. You are the answer. The transformation is complete. This is who you are now.